Hey guys, I am Andy and it is Whiteboard Wednesday where we unpack information that helps your church. If you could do us a huge favor, please like and share this video so we can continue putting out great content for you guys every single week. So today I'm here with Allen, who is our video expert here at Pro Church. You may recognize him from a live stream course that he's put together, and he's currently working on another one. So be on the lookout for that because we're going to start putting out some details for that very soon. But he's put together 5 rules for making video announcements at your church. So thanks for being with us today, Alan. Take it away.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let me just start by saying that this is not an exhaustive list. So I know that a lot of you are already doing video announcements and you already understand all the value that comes along with them. So this is kind of just the 5 most egregious errors that I see when I watch video announcements week in and week out.
We've all seen those.
Yes, yes, we have. So I'll get started right away. First of all, we're going to try and keep this short this week. Number 1. Don't shoot video announcements every week. Now, Andy, you're a volunteer that does video announcements at our church sometimes. And I mean, just tell me, what's one of the things you hate about it?
If I had to do them every week, I would probably not be doing them.
Yeah, it's a ton of work. It's a lot of work on your volunteers, both the people that are in front of the camera and the people that are behind the camera or doing the editing. So at our church, we like to try to do that about once a quarter. But the truth is, most churches know their calendar far enough in advance that there's no reason to be doing this every week. As a matter of fact, I think that it wastes time for staff members. So I would definitely encourage you, do not do your video announcements every single week. You will put them out every week for people to watch, but you won't film them every single week, if that makes sense. So number 2, and this is probably the most important thing, and I think you've probably heard me say this before with video, but make audio a top priority. And this is the example I'm going to use. If you were in church on a Sunday morning and your pastor got up and he didn't have his microphone turned on, if it's like our church, people are going to start saying stuff.
Looking at the
they're going to put their ear up. Andy's in the back. He knows people are turning around.
Everybody's looking at me.
For sure. So if that happened, the pastor would know, hey, I need to turn my mic on. Now, could people hear him? There are some people that could. There's going to be an echo. It's not going to sound like it should. And really the same is true with video. Could people hear you if you didn't have a mic on you or maybe right above your head? They could probably hear you, but they're going to struggle to understand you and they're going to struggle to hear you. So make audio a top priority in your video announcements. Remember, you're trying to communicate something, and you can't communicate a message if people can't hear you like they ought to. So we probably all watch videos like that. So number 3 here, keep it under 5 minutes. Now, I've seen a lot
Wait a minute, Alan. So you're saying you don't want these 20-minute announcement videos?
Kind of like the Whiteboard Wednesdays sometimes.
Yeah,
We're trying. 5 minutes is a good number, and there's a few reasons for that. One, let's remember why we started doing video announcements, okay? We're trying to streamline things. We want it to go smoother. We want them to be more memorable. And video, you can do that because you can include B-roll, you can throw text on the screen, and things just get streamlined a lot better. And so you want to keep it short because that's one of the reasons that we're doing it as a video as opposed to someone actually standing up there giving the announcements. So keeping it short, not only will that help your viewers, which is the audience that's watching it right there in the service, but this will also help when you repurpose these announcements. Remember, one of the other benefits to video announcements is not only that people can watch them in church, but during the week you can put this up on your Facebook page or on your website. And the truth is that when people see a video, they look at the amount of time it's going to take them to watch it. Now, I know we all waste a lot of time on YouTube and on the internet, but if you're like me, if I see a video that's 7 minutes long, I'll tell myself I don't have time to watch it, and I'll waste time some other way.
Even if you may have time to watch it,
you're going to tell yourself that you don't. So keep it under 5 minutes because this is going to help not only in the actual service, but when you repurpose the announcements, it will help them be more watchable. So there's a lot more reasons for that, and I think that we all understand that having announcements that don't drag on forever is just going to help in a lot of ways. So number 4 here, real quick. Only make announcements that apply to the entire church. Now, this is a general rule. Now, I don't know if you've been in a service or maybe you've watched announcements online where you see just this list of announcements. Here's what the teens are doing this week, and here's what the senior saints are doing this week, and here's what the home builders class is doing this week, and it goes on and on and on. Allow those announcements to be made on other platforms. And so if you do Sunday school or if you do small groups at your church, that's a great time to make an announcement that applies to a specific group. But one of the things I try to keep in mind with video announcements is that we're really trying to do this for the sake of the visitors. And so they are not going to be interested in all of the announcements that go along with every single age group and the nursery and the one lady that only a few people know that is retiring and she's throwing a big party at, the Kiwanis Club or whatever. So there's a lot of information you could put in there, but this will help, again, keep it under the time limit as well. And so really aim these at visitors, and that's going to help you not just understanding the content that goes in there. And again, I will say this is a general rule. There are times that it might be appropriate, but when you're trying to look for things to cut, which you're going to need to do, this is a great way to decide what to cut. And don't forget, that doesn't mean that you can't make an announcement in the service in addition to the video that already plays. And I know in our church, oftentimes something will play on the video, then maybe a pastor will get up and before he prays, he'll give a reminder of the announcement that we just heard. And that's a great way to add importance to an announcement that's kind of already been put out there. So last thing here, make sure you have a portion aimed specifically at visitors. Now, we already said that we're building our announcement videos with visitors in mind, but beyond that, make sure that there's a portion of the video that is aimed specifically at those visitors. It's really not for anybody else. Hey, if you're visiting today, don't forget to stop by the gift shop. We've got a free coffee for you, or we have a book or some other type of gift. We want you to stop by. If you got your visitor card, fill it out, put it in the offering plate. If you haven't, raise your hand, or however your church does that so that they can get that. Let them know where it is, if it's already in the welcome booklet or whatever they've received. So have a portion that is aimed specifically, I'm sorry, I'm pointing at the wrong thing, but a portion that is aimed specifically at visitors, because this will not only will it help them to feel welcome, but I don't know if you've ever visited a church before, but you don't always know where the welcome center is. You don't know what they expect of you. You don't know what's available to you. This is a great time to mention the nursery or mention other things that are available for visitors that you want them to know about. So 5 things, again, not an exhaustive list, but these are errors that I see consistently, and I think they can really take your video announcements to the next level if you just kind of pay attention to these few things.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you for putting this together for us, Alan. If there's any other tips that you guys know about or you guys have used that has seen to kind of make your videos better, let us know in the comments below. This was Whiteboard Wednesday, and we will see you guys next week.